We are here at Blanchard Spring, and as you can hear, the Forest Service has decided they're going to blow the leaves out of the forest or something. Man, look at these beautiful rocks. There, let me show you guys. It's kind of contrasty, but I hope it comes through. It's just really cool. We don't really know too much about this spring. We hadn't really even marked this area other than there are caverns here, by the way. And I have a huge cavern video coming from the May trip. Well, you would have seen it by now if you watched it, but from Carlsbad Cavern. So we weren't going to do the caverns. So we just marked this as a possible camping spot because it's close to the Ozark Folk Center. Yeah, big old critter hole here. Got to show you guys all the stuff here. Big critter hole, big enough for a badger. Boy, these rock formations are just phenomenal here. Oh wow, I guess this is the spring. Whew. Coming right out of the cave. Well, they have this wonderful sign here, which I won't make you read, but what I really loved is this stream flows through bat sanctuaries on its way through Blanchard Springs caverns. The water is enriched because of bat waste and the decaying remains of those that died. Although this does not affect the appearance of the water, it does make it unsafe to drink. Yeah, I guess so. Wow, look at this. It's just gorgeous in here. This is impressive. I don't know how much water comes out of this thing, but I think it might be more beautiful to me than Big Spring was, which was one of my favorites until now. Let's see if we can get a look into the cave at all. There is another cave up here. This spring is really pretty fantastic. Like I said, I don't know much about it. I don't know what kind of volume. I don't think it said. I'll go back and read it again, but I just kind of walked up here beyond the spring itself, and I found a dry fall. Bet you that'd be gorgeous. However, I'm not sure I'd be safe if it was flowing. So it also looks like might have a runoff that would come down from this angle as well. Yeah, I just like these little ledges that you find in the rocks here. But look at the detail here, just the layers. Kind of boulder hopping here. Some of them don't look like this one. It's not really flat, and that's the one I gotta kind of try to step down onto, as you can see. All right, well, that wasn't very much fun getting down off that rock. And I think Carol might be videotaping me as I try to traverse these rocks. So that kind of gives you a scale of this mountain of rock. Well, that's Blanchard Spring. And I think there's a mirror lake up here. We may, if there's something there, we'll stop and take a look at it. So we are still here at Blanchard Springs. We've come back to what they call Mirror Lake. Doesn't look very mirrored, but there is kind of a waterfall here. Check it out. Now, we stayed at Blanchard Springs now. This will be our third night here. And the reason is we got here on Thursday, and then pretty much we're checking all the campsites between here and where we're going, and everything was jammed full. So no sense in leaving. We had a spot. It's first come, first serve, and we're there. So we're first come. All right, so we have a lot of fishermen. We did notice that there was a lot of cars in the parking lot.
It's warm down here.
It's very warm down here. One of the first places we've actually seen it mentioned trout. Wow, look at all the fishermen down here. I was just showing you a small portion of them. Oh, we got a fish right here. Let's see if he comes up. He's on them. Oh, it's just the guy's lure. I thought we had a fish. See it running there? the lure. But here's the falls. Looks like can't see it from here, I don't think. But there's actually a secondary fall right down in there. I don't know, that dam is not what I would call very thick. Now maybe it widens out as it goes down, but yeah, not what I would feel real safe being down below, which maybe we are. Now we're at the site here of the Mitchell Mill, which ground corn and ginned cotton, which is really interesting. And I think, what were you saying, Carol, that
Oh, where the wagons, yeah, there was a flume, carried the water from the dam to the water wheel, and then the wagons had to drive under the flume into the creek to pick up the baled cotton.
the foundation goes all the way back in here. It's probably hard to make out through the trees. So they have some pictures here of, this would have been the first floor plan. Mule-driven cotton press, used until 1915. So then the second floor, and you can still see the mule-driven cotton press on the left, and then the mill race, which it must have been, instead of a flume, they called it a race. Came across from the dam, was it?
Yeah, probably that lower dam. There's the mule's door.
And here's a picture of the mill before, I guess, it was torn down. You could see the flume, or the race, I guess they called it. Here you can see the race a lot better coming across. Looks a lot like that one we saw at Morgan Mill.
It does.
And again, they've completed with roof. Well, that's cool. That was an unexpected surprise. We were just gonna get up and go and leave, but
We had read that a couple of days ago that there were the ruins of an old mill, but it never said where it was. So this was a total surprise. It said Mitchell's Mill, and here it is.
well, it's a little bonus surprise. We got Mirror Lake and then Mitchell Mill. And now we'll be off to Mountain View and looking for Pickers Park, probably.
While driving into Mountain View, one of the things we noticed right away was all the gorgeous stonework on the buildings in town. In fact, it could probably be called Stone City. But I also noticed when I started to edit that for the second time, I lost all my audio. Fortunately, Carol did get recordings in Pickers Park, so we'll end the video on that after we take a little tour with some voiceover. All right, well, one of the first things I noticed in town was this Baptist church that had this giraffe-style architecture we saw back at Alice Springs. But the whole town is just stone buildings, it seemed like, which is appropriate since it's the county seat for Stone County. But that giraffe style is everywhere. Now, the town relies on tourism as its main industry, with the Ozark Folk Center and the Blanchard Springs Caverns. But it also has several music festivals that can swell the town up to 40 to 50,000 people. Plenty of bed and breakfasts and music venues. And of course, the music store. They've got violins for every size person. And gorgeous ones as well. In fact, they have any instrument you might want to create bluegrass music. New and used. And of course, there's always people sitting around picking. Another bed and breakfast right next to Pickers Park. Well, let's head on into Pickers Park and hear the music.